Oh man, the frustration. You're asking question after question, trying to figure out what's really going on, but all you get are one word answers. Yeah, no, fine. You feel yourself tensing up, losing patience, and thinking, man, they're just being difficult. I've seen this play out on hundreds of calls. Dead end answers don't just stall the conversation, they keep you blind to what's really driving the crisis. But there's a simple tactical shift that changes that. One that helps you get more information, calm the moment, and control how the call unfolds. Today, we're breaking down 3 ways open-ended questions could do exactly that. I'm Troy Seward, retired police lieutenant and certified CIT trainer. I teach practical communication skills that keep you calm, confident, and effective on crisis calls. Most officers never get formal training on how to ask questions that actually move a crisis forward. So what do you end up doing in a crisis? You fall back on what you know. Quick, fact-based questions. It usually gets you only short answers, not the full story. This is where open-ended questions come in. Let's look at the first way open-ended questions give you an edge and why most officers overlook it. Open-ended questions help you get information you'd never find with yes or no questions. Why? Because they typically can't be answered with a single word, like yes or no. They invite people to explain, describe, and give you the context you didn't know to ask for. The best ones usually begin with what or how, which invite stories instead of short answers. Let's take a look at the difference between open and closed-ended questions. Did you take your medication? That's closed. You'll get a yes or a no and nothing else. But what's been going on with your meds lately? Invites a story, details you didn't even know to ask for. Some other open-ended questions in this example might be, how do you feel when you take your meds? How has it been sticking to your schedule? The difference is clear. Closed questions only give you what you ask for. If you don't know what's missing, you'll never find it. Open-ended questions expose what's underneath. Unmet needs, personal triggers, unseen stressors. Each answer you get is a breadcrumb that leads you closer to what's really happening. Say they tell you, my brother's been after me all week. You could ask, what's been happening between you two? And they might answer, he never listens. Now you know what's underneath the anger, what's driving their behavior. And here's the key. Asking open-ended questions isn't just about gathering facts. There is another benefit. They can help stabilize emotions. When someone's in crisis, emotion takes the wheel and logic gets left behind. Open-ended questions help you change that. They show genuine curiosity without judgment or pressure. A question like, what's been the hardest part about this whole situation? Tells them you're listening. Shows you're interested in understanding their perspective and not just jumping to conclusions. As they start talking, something shifts. You can see the gears turning again. For the first time in the call, they're not just reacting to stress. They're actually thinking about what they're saying. And when people finally get to talk instead of defend, the tone shifts. You can see it in their body language. That change you're seeing, it's not a coincidence. It's how the human brain responds to someone feeling like you actually care. Every open-ended question keeps them talking and shows them you're still listening. With every answer, they feel a little more heard, a little less on edge, and their emotions begin to stabilize. And that brings us to the third benefit of open-ended questions. the one that might just surprise you. Open-ended questions help you guide the conversation. The person talking might be emotional, but you're still the one directing where it goes. Some officers here ask more questions and think it means losing command presence. But the truth is, the person asking the questions is the one steering the conversation. You don't lose control when you ask questions. You gain it. You're still in charge. You're just guiding with questions instead of commands. When people feel you're listening, they naturally start following your lead. That's how you build rapport, gather information, and shape the direction of the interaction. That's smart tactics. Control through connection. So when you put it all together, open-ended questions aren't just a skill. They're a strategy you can use on every call to make a real difference. They help you get more information, stabilize emotions, and control the conversation. On your next shift, pay attention to how often you're using closed-ended questions. Try flipping just one of them into an open-ended one. You'll be surprised how fast the tone of a call can change once people feel heard. Want more tools you can use on your next shift? Hit subscribe and join my free monthly email, The Insightful Responder, where we build the mindset and skills of officers who want better outcomes on every call. And share this video with someone who'd get value from it. Until next time, train to respond, not just react, so you can influence the outcome when it matters most.